The Void in Chrono Odyssey is considered a mysterious entity which was once sealed within an area known as the Temporal Rift. The Void was awakened by a sentinel known as Beetlejuice through the tuning abilities of his chronotector. Beetlejuice is the sentinel of Magellan, and sentinels, if you're not aware, are demigods bound to the fate of each of the 12 planets in the universe of the game. But Beetlejuice wasn't just a sentinel of this planet, he also used to be its emperor. In the world of Chrono Odyssey, each planet has an energy known as Arche. Magellan is unique in the fact that it had a severe lack of Arche, and since that's considered the lifeblood of the universe, it suffered heavily under its difficult conditions. Despite numerous attempts to overcome its harsh environments through technology, these efforts proved futile, leaving the planet on the brink of extinction. Beetlejuice, as a result, was understandably enraged by this. Some planets, such as Cetera, the main planet, were given an abundance of Arche which had a significant impact on its landscape, while others like Magellan were left to their own devices. When Beetlejuice released the Void, it became a terror on the 12 planets. Corrupting everything in its wake, it transformed entire regions into barren, lifeless wastelands. At first glance, one might assume that the Void is nothing more than a mindless horde. Although it is true that the lesser forms of Void consist of swarm-like enemies, it seems that they actually have a chain of command in place. During the early prologue of the game, we're introduced to one of the higher forms of Void, known as a Spada. This Void is particularly interesting due to its seemingly sentient nature and cruelness in ways that the mindless horde can never be. Alongside him, we have other entities that lead the Void, such as the Void Origin. Distinguished by their small number, remarkable might, and unique nature, the Void Origin are believed to possess a high level of intelligence, unlike the lesser forms of Void such as Flayers and Deprived, which are driven solely by blind aggression. While the true origins of these officers or generals remain unknown, their existence suggests a deeper connection to the Void's beginning. Their distinct nature and eerie resemblance to other life forms hint at a shared origin between the Void and the living. Because of Chrono Odyssey's deep connection with time travel, part of me wonders if the Void is a remnant of a time-long past where there were different Sentinels than the ones living in the current form of the universe, including us. They could also potentially be fallen Sentinels from the past or future, in a timeline that exists in combination with our own. If we look at the facts, they were locked in a region known as the Temporal Rift. A temporal rift, in some definitions, or time rift, is considered a tear in space-time and an extremely dangerous anomaly. In some definitions, it's even considered a physical passageway or a rip in the space-time continuum that allows for time travel or the disruption of the timeline. So that leads me to believe that these Void could have originated from the future, the past, or even a different dimension and could be all of us, or possibly different people that were just like us. I also find it curious that Kronos, the god of creation, disappeared and left these chronotectors for his quote-unquote successor, as the story reads. Not plural, but singular, leading me to believe that one of the Sentinels could potentially become the god of creation in this universe, and Kronos either travel to the past, future, or a different dimension. The Void Origin and forms like a Spada are not the extent of the horrors that this force of nature employs. The Void Eye is a mysterious, large floating structure in Chrono Odyssey. Akin to its name, it's a roundish shaped structure with a hole in the middle, reminiscent of what we might see depicted as alien spacecraft. The Void is said to travel aboard flying vessels powered by unknown technology and energy sources, and when you really look at them, I think it's clear that we have not seen the true leaders of this vast horde, despite what I mentioned next. I would even be willing to suspect that there could be a dark version of Kronos corrupted by the Void, or it may have even been created by Kronos himself. Another entity related to the Void is Elanius, also known as the Hand of Doom. He's considered the most powerful entity among the Void, at least so far, and it manifests when the end of the world is near, heralding the unavoidable destruction of that realm. The extent and horrors of the Void doesn't end here. In the next video, we'll tackle split factions that are related to the Void, such as the Deathless, which contain acolytes of them, and the Broken, which are what come about when one has died to the Void, and brought back by its corruption. Please be sure to like and follow for more, and until next time.